Oh man. How'd the conversation with Junior go?
I'm gonna be honest. This guy, he calls me up for advice all the time, and then he does the opposite of it. So I told him straight up, like, if you've picked your sheriff, you picked your sheriff. Don't call me to validate you, because I'm not your dad. You know what I mean? Like, but
I don't think he has yet.
Well, he said,
I think he's got preference, and then he's got. Because I spoke to him yesterday. I don't know what the latest. He spoke to me about that as well earlier today. And my advice to him was, there is picking, based on a good interview.
Yep.
There is picking who fits the bill, right?
This is exactly what I told him.
And then there's. You have to really sit back and almost like have a mental pros and cons list.
Yep.
But that determination should be based on what it is you're looking to create, right? Like, and like, I think it's clear that he wants it to be rebuilt, right? So that chucks a bunch of people out. But then there's going to be some that are going to be befitting Blaine County.
Yeah.
There are going to be some that are befitting a really good patrol cop, right? Surface level, like poster, right? There's going to be some that are going to bring like the experience, right? And so, I don't know. I don't know if it's validation as much. Maybe you're right. It is kind of validation, but I think part of it is. Let's be real. We got to be somewhat sympathetic. The guy hasn't had to deal with what we had to deal with. You know what I mean? He's seeing a lot of this for the first time.
Yeah, it's this consistent theme of, he comes to me, he said, "What do you think about this?" Right? Think about like SecuroServe. What do you think about asking Nino to make SecuroServe a government or government agency or whatever? I said, well, I think that's a brain dead idea, and you shouldn't do it. And here's literally 100 reasons why it's a bad idea. And he goes opposite. Right? You say, well, I mean, that doesn't align with what I want, so I'm going to pretend to value your advice, but I'm going to do the opposite anyways. And he does that over and over and over again. So I told him, like, you're the mayor, you know, you make your call, and at the end of the day, I'm going to support you. But a person's interview should factor in like 10% into your decision, right?
Yeah.
And I get it.
True.
Frost did a good interview, but I remember when Frost got hired, and it wasn't very long ago. Frost has been like an acting captain for 1 week, and that's his extent of command experience. And you're telling me this is more qualification than a guy who maybe didn't have the greatest interview in Pred, but has also run that department for an extended
Oh shit! Michael thinks the same thing.
I don't know. I doubt it.
You know what? My the biggest challenge is I could easily pick my friends, and say they're the best choice. I know that if Frost was sheriff, literally we would win like 4.0.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing left. Like, what the fuck? Right? You know what I mean? The things are just but there is a consideration at a higher level that San Andreas needs to be put in the best hands. Frost just doesn't have the experience. We could be found wrong, but you're risking you're doing like a, you know, to use blackjack, example, it's like having a 13 or like a 15 and saying hit, right? Like dealer showing a 19, you got a 15, and you're like, hit me.
Yeah.
Hey. You just called me today. Hey, did you want to talk after?
Yeah. We'll do it after the meeting. Yep.
Okay, bye.
All right. See you soon. Because I think he's great. I think he has a long future ahead of him.
Yeah.
But as I explained to Junior, like, he doesn't actually have command experience or high command experience.
Yeah.
So by picking, can he get there? Sure. But here's the reality is that he's going to, the real sheriff is going to be the undersheriff then, right?
Yep. That's exactly what I said to him.
So
I said, here's what I
which
realized.
he has no authority over. So those
Right.
things could be like, Frost could tell you everything, but then the undersheriff ends up being, he's going to be like Radich, right? Except with a backbone, right?
Yeah.
So
I said to
Yeah.
Junior, I realized in PD meeting the other day that your cabinet didn't tank for you, so I had to. And if you put Frost as sheriff, he's not going to be able to tank for you. I think he's going to need a very, very strong individual as undersheriff. That undersheriff will be tanking for Frost, and there will be no one left to tank for him. And I said, I can't play dad forever. At some point, you need to stand up for yourself or have someone else stand up for you, and it's not going to be me. So I said, you know, I think Frost would be an excellent pick for undersheriff under someone like Pred. Give him an opportunity to marinate. And I said, if not Pred, I still think Peters would be a better choice as sheriff and Frost as undersheriff because Frost needs more time. And we know Peters can tank. He did it for Moss forever.
Wait, you think, wait, I'm sorry. You think, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. I thought I heard you say Peters as sheriff.
Yeah, I would put Peters as sheriff before Frost. I would. If it gave Frost time as undersheriff to learn more before, you know, moving up
I actually
into that
disagree.
Role. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Peters.
Okay.
Inability. I like Peters a lot.
Yeah.
However, he has like bouts of locked inness followed by 2 times as much bouts of unlockedness.
Checked out. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I think a lot of that, there's reasons for it, right? But, you know, there's a job to be done, right?
Sure.
And so, you know, if
Sure. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
So but you're right in
I'd still take a you know, locked in Peters over Frost. Let's put it that way.
Yes, that I would agree with. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a tough thing. Look, I've been there, right? People are going to ask for your opinion, right? You're kind of, but ultimately it's their, you know, they're going to have to make that call at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I told him. Like,
I wish there was other options. I think I will say this is that I think Pred may have screwed the pooch to a degree. I think he would have gotten it. I think he showed a lot of hesitation, but as did a lot of those that have had experience, because, and I've said this, it's easy to have a very dreamy and positive outlook when you are unfamiliar with the hurdles that are to come, right?
Yeah.
It's and I think a good example here to kind of drive is look at how many people think they understand what the mayor does. Oh, it's easy. You just move the money around. And then you have our search and seizure meeting, right?
Yeah.
Which was great, right? But we had a big segment of our constituency, which, say what we want about Remedy, I had to be very defensive there, is she doesn't have, like, she didn't have the insight we do. She doesn't go into those meetings. But her reasons made sense, and she is representative of a lot of the minds of the citizenry, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we needed to dissent against what was written by a strong ally of ours, right?
Yeah.
Grayson, right?
Yeah.
These are tough these are tough problems. And if a lot of people were willing to do it, they would have ran for mayor. Nobody fucking did, because I think they have an idea, right?
Yeah.
It's
Did Junior tell you that all his legislation's being contested by Helen?
what?
Yep. All of it.
What do you mean?
Everything he put on the docket is what he said. He said Helen Highwater's contesting all of it. I said, wow, this vaguely sounds familiar. It's almost like term 1 all over again.
Wait, no, she didn't. It all passed.
Did it?
Tuesday, when? Wait, hold on.
No, it'd be this evening. But,
I don't see a single contest.
I think there's at least one on FRAA, right? But he said that she's contesting all of it. So whether it's happening or not, I have no idea.
Look, these guys, Junior's new. You know what the can we talk about the Blaine problem?
Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of people cry and bitch and moan about BCSO has not been stable because the sheriff changes every 3 months. It's because the mayor changes every 3 months.
Uh-huh.
It's because these fucking degenerates that pollute the entirety of this fucking island think so much about themselves, they don't know what it means to work together.
Yeah.
Compromise. That's what you saw in that room yesterday over search and seizure.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That was dialogue. It was coming to a middle ground, right?
Yeah.
And even at the end of this, we're going to go talk to Remedy about it and being like, listen, does this address your concerns? Let's try to play the mediator in this, right?
Yeah.
It's this thing that Turner was fucking triggered at me for. The guy fucking thought I was trying to debate him because he doesn't know. He's ignorant to what it takes to pass legislation, which is fine.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
People, it's not his forte, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't shut off a valve. There was still, right? They're just not, I don't know.
They're not tapped in. It's a narrow lens. It's like Remedy. Remedy's looking through a narrow lens. Turner does the same. We're seeing that with serial gang related shooting. Even his own police officers don't want that charge.